actually, it's like below 0. We're having reception. Indian Spread the handy together. Check right for Pittsburgh. It's like
yeah, well, you know, that's what I not selling some.
Man, I had my first work.
That's the only remaining guard tower we've got. It's going to be right underneath that guard tower there. It's basically going to cover the history of the island. Oh, that's going to start real soon. She's running to the area now. That's Misha. Misha, raise your hand so everybody knows where you are. Okay, there you go. That's Misha. She has this tour coming up here in about, so as soon as I'm done talking with you folks. Okay, it looks like everybody's pretty much off that boat. We do have some rules here. There's no eating, drinking, or smoking anywhere but on this dock. For you ladies, we have 635 bathrooms. But we only have 2 that work. We have your main bathroom right here behind you here. This is your main bathroom. There is one up above by the prison. If you have any kind of mobility problems, we do have a tram that comes down here around on your left-hand side over there. It will take you to a straight shot up to the prison. There's a non-stop tram. It runs about every 20 minutes. Your ferry runs about every half an hour. So you're welcome to stay here until 4:20. Otherwise, it's only a simple 1.25 mile swim back. Did everybody buy the round trip tickets? No, okay. It is only a 1.5 mile swim out there. Like I said, we do have the program coming up, 200 years with Misha over there. We do have a special guest author here today, Frank Heaney. Frank Heaney was one of the youngest prison guards here. He was here from 1938 to 48 to 1951. So he dealt with the likes of Machine Gun Kelly and Robert Stroud. You will see him up at the top of the prison. For you folks who are here for your audio tours, you will also get that at the very top of your prison.
Shifts up in the guard tower were 24/7, and the lieutenants would go around at night and flash a flashlight, and no matter where he would flash from, if you were the guard up in that tower, you had better flash back, lieutenant. And there's a story about one time this happened, and the lieutenant did not get a flash back. So he went around the other side of the tower, flashed, didn't get a flash back, so he climbed the stairs. When he got to the top, he noticed that the guy had his weapon off of him, laying right on the desk, feet up, and bombed out. So the lieutenant takes out the keys, opens the door at the bottom of the guard tower. He goes in, takes the weapon, climbs back out, closes the door, comes down the steps, and goes up to the cell house to the administration, calls the officer on the phone and says, "Hey, Officer Wright, I'm taking inventory of the weapons, so can you read me the serial number off of your weapon?" And so the guard's like, "Sure." Guns go out. So that's how they kind of played a little trick on him. So you had to be awake, you had to be alert. It was very, very serious, and they caught you sleeping on the job. Very, very, very good. Anyway, welcome everyone. He's done doing his dock announcements. So basically, this tour here is going to be going up to the cell house, which is where you're going anyway. Why not go a little bit slower and learn about the structures that we're going to be passing on the way out? That's what I'm going to be talking about. The 223-year history of Alcatraz, from when it was discovered all the way until actually, well, they opened, it was military first. So they opened it in about 1854. That was the year. Now, the very first thing on Alcatraz, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but the very first thing on Alcatraz was the very first lighthouse on the West Coast. The very first lighthouse on the West Coast is right here on Alcatraz. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Right. So the Rock basically sat here for about 80, 90 years, nothing doing, because there's nothing to do on the Rock. It's a white rock, there's birds out here, there was a clear day. He was sailing close enough that he was able to see that there was an inlet. So, in he sails. When he found Alcatraz, he noted that it was a white dome, big sharks. You have the distance, it's a mile and a quarter. No matter where you go, it's a mile and a quarter, mile and a half. You've got currents. There is always this you see the current, well, yeah, a boat just went by, but even without the boat, there's swift currents going around the island. And if you tried to swim over to San Francisco, you would probably be swimming more sideways than straight forward. And I'll tell you about some escape attempts where some people tricked me. All right, so we are now here, the military is here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start walking up the hill. This building, you see the key things? These are windows now, but they had cannons pointed out of them. You see how thick they are and how deep? That was protection in case the cannon exploded, which sometimes can happen. The cannon will explode. You don't want your building to fall down. These walls are 10 feet thick, designed to take the hit of a cannonball that may be coming in from out here. Okay? So cannons everywhere. Top 3 floors were occupied by the military dependents, and then later by the correctional officers and families, and there were a lot of children that were carried around. How do you feel these grow up on the island? Bus lunch was here, they'd get on a boat and go over to school. And on a really foggy day, they wouldn't go on a really foggy day, so you wouldn't have to go to school. Let's go up into the Sally Port. The Sally Port is the oldest building still standing on Alcatraz, built in 1857. We're going to go in there and talk about more cannons. Ready? All right. Let's go.
Okay, how would we...
Well, I told her that place before we got yeah. Money, you have to ship lighthouse looks like today. And so you notice it's a little bit taller. Yeah, that's because they built the cell house taller than the first lighthouse. So they had to build a lighthouse number 2. So the original lighthouse is not here. It's this one today. It's really tall because you have to see it over the lighthouse. That was like a big ruse. So we're standing in the Sally Port now, oldest building on Alcatraz, okay? Built by the military. A couple really interesting things. Behind me, right here, pointed at you, is a howitzer cannon. So if Alcatraz Alcatraz was attacked, it would have more than likely been attacked from the dock area. The rest of the island is very, very steep. You can see the chiseling of the island. Can you see that well in here? I hope so. So the island really had to kind of be chiseled and cut in order to build on it because, again, it was a round rock. So everything had to be cut. And who did that work? Military prisoners, exactly. So